Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. Hope you guys are having a great day today. Today I am going to finally review one eyeshadow palette. This is the new Danessa Myricks eyeshadow palette. This is called the Lightworks Volume 3 and I have played around with this palette quite a lot and I think I have my full thoughts on this palette. So if you have been interested in this palette, although it has been out of stock, but I hear that it will be coming back to stock. So if you are interested in this palette, then please do continue watching. Okay guys, so this palette I recently purchased in my October haul. So this is a palette which I purchased after quite some time. I'm not buying too many eyeshadow palettes these days. I have so many, but this palette, this beautiful multi-chromatic palette, I had to buy it. When I saw the pictures online, I was like, oh my god, this is the palette I want. It has multi-chromes, glittery, iridescent shadows, the kind of eyeshadows I love. Although this retails for $125 US, so it is a very pricey palette, but I was like, no, I want to buy it. So I did get it and I didn't purchase any other palette, so I did save some money there. So this is how the palette looks like. This is the black packaging. This is like a faux leather packaging. It has 14 shadows inside here. It's a beautiful packaging. I really like it. It's very sturdy, so you have all the details behind. Look at all those colors. That is so beautiful, and all the details are mentioned right here, ingredients and everything. This palette has 22 grams of product, so about 0.78 ounce of product, so 22 grams by 14, which is less than 1 gram of product in each. But I would say it may vary because there are some bigger pans and some smaller pans. So yeah, this palette also comes with this mini palette, so I think we are paying a little bit extra for this mini palette as well. I would have loved it if I didn't have to buy this mini palette. In this palette you get the same exact shades which are in here, the 4 white powdery shades which you see. I haven't opened it yet. I will show you before we go into the bigger palette how the mini one looks like. If you're wondering what these shades are, I thought these are different shades, but they're actually the exact same shades which are there in this palette. I know all of these look white. You must be wondering what are they. I will show you the swatches of the other palette. So this one is the mini one which you get with the palette, and here is the big one. The palette came really nicely packaged. This is how the real palette looks like, the same faux leather kind of packaging, and here are all the shades inside. They are just beautiful colors inside. All the colors I love to play with. So the 4 white shades which you see in the middle, they're actually colors. So you have a gold, a green, a blue and a purpley pink shade, and then you have all the multi-chromatic shadows. Okay, so this is the essence of this palette. If you love glittery shadows, multi-chromatic shadows, then this is the palette for you. I will try to give you close-ups here. It's very difficult to catch this beautiful shadows in all its glory. They are just multi-chromatic, beautiful. So let me just tell you the shadows quickly which you get in this palette. There are 2 of these cream shadows right here. So these 2 shadows, this one you can see on the camera, I can see it is like looking like a purpley pink, but from here I can see this is a gold. And this one you may see this as a gold peach color with a little bit of pink, but this one is like an aqua fluorescent sort of a color from here. So I will show you a look with one of these shades in this video. And then there are 3 multi-chromes, these ones. This one is more of a glittery multi-chrome, and then there are these 3 multi-chromes. There's a pressed glitter, there is a black metallic kind of a shadow, and then you have this white powders which are actually colors. I hope to give you a close-up if it can focus on my palette, my camera, then I hope you can tell. Okay, so this is a look which I created with this palette. So I've used the purple in the almost entire lid, then a little bit of blue, a little bit of that aqua blue which is right here, this one, It's so pretty. It looks blue to you, but it actually looking like a purple to me from here. So all of these shades have a very interesting character, and this is how I created. I mixed and matched 2-3 colors and created this look today. I will post this look on my Instagram, and I'll try to give you some close-ups here. But before we move on, I will show you the swatches of this palette in a little bit more up close setting. So let's go and see the swatches, and I will also show you another look which I have done with this palette. Okay guys, so this is my second look for the day. This is using a cream eyeshadow which is there in the palette. So I have used a little bit of that cream eyeshadow, a little bit of highlight in the inner corners, a blue highlight, and black and brown in the crease. The brown is obviously not in this palette, but the black metallic shade is there, and that's what I've used to smoke up the eye look. I'll try to give you some close-ups here, but it's a very easy eye look to do. And of course you can just use the cream eyeshadow, you don't have to use that blue highlight, but I just wanted to show you guys how this blue goes with the cream eyeshadow in case you want to use the two colors together. So this is my second look. Let's go into the swatches of the palette. I will try to give you some close-ups of all the shades. All the shades are multi-chromatic, so it's very difficult for me to capture on the camera. I hope I can show you all the shades and you're able to understand how the colors are. So let's start off with the multi-chromatic shades. We will go in the cream shades and the glitter shades towards the end. Let's start off with the first one, which is the shade Galaxy, which has a purple blue duochromatic multi-chromatic shift. It's a beautiful. The textures of the shadows are just unbelievable. I don't know if you can tell, it has that blue purple shift. I have tried to show you in the swatches here. It is just a gorgeous color. The texture of this is super smooth. I haven't felt shadows like this ever. Multi-chromatic shadows which are too smooth, they feel like, you know, butter. No, they're just super smooth, and they apply very nicely and very evenly and very pigmented. So these multi-chromatic, this one, and also this one, they have that black base. So don't try to blend in too much, otherwise the colors are going to fade away. So just take the colors and place them on the eyelid and just blend slightly only, not too much, otherwise the colors are not going to stay as vibrant on the eyelid. The next shade is Mercier, which is that purpley light blue duochromatic shade. So I'm not sure what you can see. You can see a light blue aqua sort of a color, I think, but from here I can see it's like a lavender purpley color. It's super pretty, and I love this shade so much. I have used this in the look which I was wearing in the intro, and beautiful aqua purpley bluish kind of a color. This is also very smooth, and this also has a black base. Next we have the shade Soul, which is multi-chromatic, or I would say not even a multi-chromatic. It's sort of like a duochromatic flip, but it has more of that sparkly finish. It's not as smooth as the others which are in here, and this one is like a golden bronzy kind of a color. It doesn't have too much of that multi-chromatic dimension, but it does have a lot of sparkle. The pigmentation is very good, very smooth, beautiful gold shadow. Then we have the glitter shade, which is the shade Orion, which I think I haven't swatched specifically. Here you can see the glitter. It's a very pretty glitter shadow. I will give you a better focus here. That's the shadow, and surprisingly enough, the glue is quite nice. When I apply it on my skin, there is nothing left on this finger. I mean, the entire shadow transfers onto the skin. Even on the eyes, it is very intense, very sparkly, and you can blend it out a bit, but not too much. It is like it stays put. So it's a little bit tricky to know how to work with this, but the shadow itself, the color is so pretty, and the formula is also very nice. I just have to figure out how to play around with this. The glitter quality, the shadow quality is pretty nice. Then we have the shade Aurora, which is beautiful. These three are one of my favorites. So this Aurora shade is like a purpley, greenish, olive gold kind of a multi-chrome. This is being done in a lot of multichrome palettes these days. I think it's similar shade is there in the Pat McGrath palette as well, and this kind of shades are my, like, these are one of my favorite kind of shades, which have that purpley greenish olive kind of a flip. Beautiful. It just looks very nice on the eyes. Smooth formulation. Next we have the shade Gaia, which I have used as well in the intro. This one has a green purple shift. It's very different from this one. This one is a little bit more bronzy, little bit more lighter, and it has more olive. This one has more green. So this one, you can see it's more of a green gold shift. This is also stunning, super smooth. Both of them have black base. Then we have this, which is one of my favorite shadows. This one is the shade Solar Rain, which is a very interesting peachy yellow gold kind of a color. It is, after you blend it out, it has a little bit of that pink tint to it as well. It's a super light multichromatic shadow, and it just blends away with the skin. You don't feel like you have something on the eyelids, but actually you are wearing a multichromatic eyeshadow, so it has a very unique character to it. The color Solar Rain I really love. And then of course we have Black Hole, which I'm wearing on my eyes. This is not a matte shade. This is more of a metallic, creamy metallic kind of a shade, but it doesn't really have a metallic finish. This reminds me of the Natasha Denona cream shadows, sort of like that, but the texture of this one is a little bit denser, and this is not as matte as the Natasha Denona one. This does have a little bit of a satiny shine to it. So I do like the inclusion of this one because it works with everything. And yeah, the quality of this one is also really nice. It blends pretty nicely. It's pigmented, as you can see. Then let's go to these two shadows here, which are the jelly or the cream shadows in this palette. So in the cream shadows, first of all, we have this one Polaris, which is that aqua blue kind of a color. If you, on the monitor, I can see it's looking white, but from here I can see a blue, aqua blue. And this has a slight green gold flip. This is also amazing. You can apply it all over the eye as a fun look, or you can just apply it in the inner corners or in the lower lash line for the pop. Very pretty color. And this one as well, which I have on my eyelids today. This one is a peachy gold shade. It has a orangey peachy and a gold flip. Very pretty. This one also, I really like this color on the eyelids. You can just apply it all over the eyelid. It's very subtle also. It will not look too out there, but when you're moving around your eyes, it will look really nice. So the texture of these two cream eyeshadows are very nice, very smooth, very pigmented. They blend out very nicely. The only thing is that I think the formula is designed in such a way that it doesn't dry down completely. So both of these, they will not dry down. Even if I touch my eyelids now, you will get a little bit of transfer. So they are not very heavy on the eyes. They don't feel anything. It feels like you're wearing powder eyeshadow. But on the con side, of course, it will smudge a little bit if you rub your eyes with your fingers. There will be transfer, and there will be a little bit of creasing as well that I have faced with the gel or the liquid or the cream eyeshadows which are in here. So the creasing actually is quite easy to fix. If you just dab your eyelids, it should be fine. So it doesn't bother me as much, but yes, it's a little tricky to work with these two shadows alone. If you want, you can layer these shadows with powder eyeshadows. Then your eye look is going to stay on the lid longer. So those are all of the smaller pan shadows. Let's go into these. These I will swatch quite quickly. The first one is Golden Eclipse, which is, I haven't used this shade yet. This Golden Eclipse shade, it has like a gold and a purpley sort of a vibe, gold pink vibe. It's really pretty. I haven't used it yet. I will probably use it in a look. The advantage of these shadows are you can just apply them all over your eyelid or just in the inner corners and or on top of the other shadows if you like. I personally just prefer to use them on their own. I feel like they look more prettier when used alone, or they are just very easy to work with when you're working with them alone. The next one is Strawberry Moon, which is a pink purple. This kind of sparkly color is there in a lot of palettes these days. The texture of these shadows, they are not they are smooth, but when you blend them on the eyes, they are not the easiest and the smoothest to blend. There is a little bit of fallout with all of these. I have used Divina Cosmetics shadows, which are like these white powders, which have that color flip. Those Divina Cosmetics shadows, they are more smoother and there is less fallout. So I do think that I prefer those over this, but these are also really nice and sparkly. But I feel like the Divina Cosmetics one may be a little bit more sparklier. I might do a comparison video. If you're interested, do let me know. The next one is the shade Spring Equinox, which is a green sparkle. It has some silvery effect to it as well. I think this is the smoothest one which is there in this palette. It has less fallout, this green one. And the last shade, which is the shade Blue Moon, this is also very nice. This also doesn't have a lot of fallout. This is also very nice. I love these green and blues as just a pop. That's what I have done today. You can see the blue which I have applied. It doesn't look much, but when you apply it and it hits certain lights, then you know, it just totally transforms the look. This one is very pretty. You can see how intense it is, and it's quite smooth. See how smooth and intense and sparkly it is. Really nice. Even the green one, very nice. That's the green one. So I would say that out of these four, my favorite are the green and the blue. The purple ones I do have from some other brands, and I think I love those a little bit more. I have one beautiful one from Divina Cosmetics, purpley one. I think that also is a little bit flaky. Maybe purples are difficult to do, I don't know. The purple, this one also, I found it a little bit flakier than the green and the blue. So that's my only little bit of a negative with this 4 shades. Other than that, if you know how to work with these colors, I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this palette. This of course is not a all-in-one palette. This is you'll probably play with max 3 to 4 shades at one go. I'm talking about like for day to day, if you're going out, if you're going for a party, probably maximum 3 shades you're going to play with. Of course, you can do a lot of artistic looks for Instagram and stuff like that, but this is not an all-in-one palette. You will need other palettes to work with the shades here, so that also you have to keep in mind. Quality wise, I think this palette is superb, and if you want to try multi-chromes, I think you can definitely try this palette, because the multi-chromes which are here in this palette, especially this 1, 2, 3, 4, even the cream ones, they are superb, so beautiful, and you will get a taste of all kind of glittery goodness in this one palette. It has a pressed glitter also. I think it's a really nice, well thought out palette. All the colors work pretty well on our kind of skin tone, and I'll be able to use all the shades. And price wise also, although it's pretty expensive, but multi-chromes generally are quite expensive even if you buy as a single. So in one palette you're getting a lot of things. So I think if you want to try multi-chromes, you can definitely try this Danessa Myricks Palette Lightwork Volume 3. I am super happy I got this, and just that I am not sure what I'm going to do with the other small mini palette, because I have a lot of product here. But other than that, if you want to get this palette, I think you can definitely can. Okay guys, so those were the swatches and my thoughts on each and every shadow in this palette. I hope it was helpful. I will also show you one more look right here, which I was wearing in my haul video, and I have posted it on my Instagram. It is one of my favorite looks. I love these two shadows right here, this one and this one. They just go so well together, and these are the kind of shadows I love to wear. This green, purpley, duochromatic, coppery, bronzy goodness. So in that video I was wearing these two shades. So here is a close-up of that look. And I think with that we will come to the end of today's video. I hope this was helpful and you liked it. If you liked it, then please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're watching me for the first time, I really hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again really soon in my next video. Bye.